Now it's time to experience God of War 2 for the first time ever. Out of all the God of War games, this was the only one I had never played. I didn't know much about its story, set pieces, or combat, pretty much nothing. The only thing I knew was that Kratos dies, but I had no idea about the context. So, I was excited to dive into this chapter of Kratos' story with a fresh perspective. Little did I know this would end up being one of the best gaming experiences I've had in a long time, pushing my momentum forward to continue the series. I spent about 3 weeks playing this game on and off, but it was those final moments that really kicked everything into gear and propelled me to see this through. Before we get into things, I was experimenting with my setup, trying to include more live commentary during my gameplay. So you'll see a mix of footage from my webcam and raw audio from my headset.
Oh, bruh. Oh my goodness, bro. How am I supposed to do this?
I went through different setups before eventually settling on using my headset mic. If you are curious about that process, I go into more detail in my previous and upcoming monthly check-ins. Now, let's get into what you've all been waiting for.
By defeating Ares, Kratos, the once mortal warrior, became the new god of war.
Our journey begins sometime after the ending of the first God of War. Now the new God of War, Kratos wages war on the city of Rhodes, leaping down from his throne to join his men in battle at Athena's behest. As he enters the battlefield, he devastates his enemies, until his power is mysteriously transferred into the Colossus of Rhodes, bringing this once inanimate statue to life and turning it into a prominent threat during the introduction. Right away, I noticed how much smoother the gameplay felt compared to the first game.
Also, the graphics in this one look really good too. Like compared to first God of War, this is a major improvement. I'm not even gonna lie. This feels really smooth too. I don't know. There's so much good stuff going on right now.
With all my combos and magic carrying over, at least for now, I was making steady progress through the battle until my first encounter with the Colossus. For some context, I decided to play this game on hard. God of War 2 doesn't have a difficulty trophy, but I wanted more challenge after breezing through the first game. In hindsight though, I had no idea how beneficial this choice would be for the rest of the series. Since I was playing on hard, it's no surprise that the Colossus hit like a truck.
Dude, I knew it. Well, first step of the game. That didn't take long.
But once I got a handle on its attack patterns, I started making progress, until it sent me crashing into a bathhouse. Now, I don't mean for this to come off as weird, but as I was playing, I found myself wondering when the infamous God of War sex minigame would happen. I'm not saying that as a certified gooner trying to see some pixel boobies, nor is there a trophy for it in this game surprisingly, but I was genuinely curious when it would happen. Turns out, it happens right here. It's a little funny that Kratos takes a moment to bone mid-battle, but hey, guess the big guy has to let off some steam somehow. Back to business. Making my way through the bathhouse, I encountered the Colossus again in a tougher fight. Some of its attacks covered nearly the entire arena, making them tricky to dodge.
Bruh, I wasn't even near that, dude. Oh my god.
To counteract this, I relied on Poseidon's Rage, which gave me brief invincibility while dishing out decent damage. After a few more attempts, I managed to chip away at it, only to be thrown into another building. I soon came across my first collectible unique to God of War 2, urns. These are scattered throughout the game, alongside the usual Gorgon eyes and Phoenix feathers. On top of those, there are also Uber chests, which grant huge rewards like extra red orbs. Just like the first game, these are only a handful of the game's missable trophies, but thanks to a guide from YouTuber Snickle, I was able to find these with ease. Soon, Zeus himself intervened, gifting Kratos the legendary Blade of Olympus, the weapon that once ended the Great War. But to wield its full power, Kratos had to drain all his godly energy into it. With no question, I sacrificed my magic, orbs, and health to claim the sword. That sacrifice, however, came at a steep price, rendering myself mortal again. In my final encounter with the Colossus, I fought it from the inside.
Oh, we're inside of him now. Pause.
Dealing a finishing blow only for it to collapse on top of me, leaving Kratos battered and weak. From above, an eagle descended, revealing itself to be Zeus. Seizing the Blade of Olympus, Zeus struck Kratos down, ending his reign as the god of war.
It did not have to be this way, my son.
With his dying breath, Kratos swore vengeance. As his soul was dragged into the underworld, a voice called out. It was the Titan Gaia, who revealed that she had been guiding us all along, offering a path to revenge. To defeat Zeus, Kratos needed to seek out the Sisters of Fate, who held the power to turn back time. Mending his wounds to create his now iconic scar, Kratos climbed back to the surface, unlocking my first trophy for God of War 2.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I'm so confused. What am I doing? Where am I going? Oh my god. Are you serious? I have to talk to this dude.
Not long after, a Pegasus had landed before me, the key to escaping Sparta. With the task of finding Gaia's brother, who slumbered in a mountain prison, I soared through the skies in an epic aerial battle. However, my journey was quickly interrupted when the Titan Typhon stopped me dead in my tracks.
Bro, whose grippers are those? Some mad grippers right there.
Capturing my Pegasus and leading me into his icy domain. Inside, I stumbled upon Prometheus, chained and tormented by Zeus, begging for release. To free him, I needed to burn him in the fires of Olympus. During this section, I had my first encounter with Gorgons and Harpies, which is where that hard difficulty began to test me.
Dude, come on. Bro. Dude, if you could at least throw me a bone or something, bro. Oh, dude, this not even 2 hours in the freaking game, dude. What is this?
This was my first real test of perseverance in this game, and after numerous tries, I eventually locked in and completed this encounter, though just barely scraping by.
Oh my god, dude. That was terrible. Literally just barely made it. Goodness, that sucked.
Eventually, I came face to face with Typhon himself, avoiding his breath attacks before literally ripping a bow from his eye, unlocking my first magical ability, Typhon's Bane. Giving it a spin, I farmed enough red orbs to power up an item, which was of course the blades. Back outside, I finally freed Prometheus from his torment. As his suffering ended, I was imbued with his power, unlocking Rage of the Titans. After freeing my Pegasus from Typhon's grasp, I soared toward the Island of Creation, home to the Sisters of Fate. Along the way, I encountered the Dark Rider, a formidable opponent wielding a deadly staff. After a brutal aerial battle, I finally caught up to him, defeated him, and used his own weapon to finish off his griffin. Not gonna lie, I kinda felt bad for the griffin. With my destination in sight, I landed on the Temple of Lahkesis, ready to continue my quest to change fate. Plenty of fights lay ahead, both against familiar foes and new adversaries. I solved puzzles, picked up a few collectibles, witnessed Zeus's backstory, and found my next objective, freeing the Steeds of Time. But first, one opponent stood in my way, Theseus. This fight wasn't too bad. I wouldn't call it a cakewalk since he throws plenty of enemies at me, including minotaurs, but they actually helped restore my health if I played carefully. Still, this was one of the few bosses I managed to clear on my first try. For my efforts, I acquired both the Horsekeeper's Key and one of the many boss badge trophies for defeating the Colossus of Rhodes, the Dark Rider, and Theseus. With the key in hand, I activated the Shrine to Kronos. A hologram of the Titan appeared, granting me my second and most used magic ability, Kronos' Rage. This has got to be the most out-of-pocket trophy name I've ever seen, but trust me, it won't be the last. With this new ability, I knocked out another missable trophy for landing a 500 hit combo. There are a few spots where this can be done without issue, but this just happened to be the first opportunity that worked for me. Reaching the front of the steeds, I tackled a puzzle to set them free. Not gonna lie, this one stumped me for a bit. I was confused about how the mechanics worked. But once everything clicked, they were freed, and I whipped the Steeds of Time. That sounded so wrong. Everything was going fine until I realized I had messed up. Somehow I missed a Gorgonite during that puzzle. By the time I noticed, I was about 15 minutes ahead, meaning I had to backtrack and redo the puzzle. But this wouldn't be the last time. A few minutes later, I somehow missed another collectible and had to backtrack again. Finally reaching the island, I picked up some collectibles inside the temple. Acquiring the Amulet of Fate, I gained the ability to slow down time near a statue of the Fates. Using it, I reached a large statue of Lahkesis and smashed a window to the next area. There was a phoenix feather near one of the ledges, and here's the thing. I died a couple of times shortly after breaking the window, and I did not think about the checkpoint resetting my progress. This meant I missed the collectible without realizing it. It wasn't until a brutal fight against Cyclopses and Boars that I noticed, meaning I had to rewind about 20 minutes to grab it. Yeah, I wasn't exactly thrilled, especially since I had to fight those guys again. That fight was a slog.
Bruh, are you serious? Oh, come on. There we go. Bro, I'm cooked. Couldn't even get up. They didn't even give me a chance. Dude, leave me alone. Oh my goodness. Bruh. Alright, let's... Oh, they're not dead. Okay, we're good. Let me try and heal up. Come on, hurry up. Dude, come on, hurry up. Dude, oh my goodness, I thought I was gonna lock in. Okay. Move, dude, oh my goodness. Getting double teamed right now. Pause, bro. There we go, give me a circle, bro. There we go, let's go.
I pushed forward into the Bog of the Forgotten, coming face to face with an old adversary, the Barbarian King from the first game. Somehow he was still alive, and let me tell you, he came back with a vengeance. This guy was not playing around. The fight was split into 3 phases. In the first, he attacked on horseback, summoning souls that could strike from a distance. I had to back up and avoid his charge attack, which dealt massive damage.
Bro, this fucking attack's on my nerves, dude. Bro, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
In the second phase, he summoned even more souls, which became overwhelming when combined with his hammer strikes. This part of the fight almost always killed me. His hammer had one attack that would consistently be the finishing blow.
Bro, oh my goodness.
Not you again!
Who is this guy? Bro, this dude, this is about to be some brutal shit. Dude! Bro, come on, dude! Just knock him in the air. What are you doing? No.
It wasn't until my third or fourth attempt when I realized I could just grab the summoned enemies for an instant kill and a brief window of invincibility. No idea why I didn't do that from the start.
Come on, grab him.
Phase 3 saw him grow to an enormous size, bringing even more devastating attacks. I managed to hold my own here, and while it wasn't a breeze, there was at least a checkpoint before this phase.
Fuck. Oh, dude, thank goodness.
The downside? I didn't have as much health as I would have liked, so I had to play carefully.
Go on. Oh, what the? Dude. No, dude, do I have to do the thing?
I threw everything I had at him, and when the moment finally came, I took him down and claimed his hammer.
Come on. Oh my dude. Let's go. Oh my god. And we got your hammer, bruh. Let's freaking go.
With the Barbarian King defeated, I pressed on to the Temple of Euryale. But first, I had to traverse the ruins of the Forgotten, full of enemies that pushed me to my limit.
Dude, oh my god. Bro, let's go ahead and just do it. Just do it. 'Cause that is crazy, bro.
And puzzles that, while satisfying to complete, sometimes had me second guessing my intelligence. Making my way through the ruins, I came across this surprise mini-boss against a Titan Minotaur.
Whoa, dude. I was not expecting that. Bro, it just looked like a rock. Bro, just do. Oh, hold on. Okay. Alright, we did that.
Once that fight was over, I pushed out this pillar that weighed down a temple where I could topple it into the bog. Not long after, I encountered a Cerberus. The fight itself wasn't terrible, but I died a few times for going in too aggressively. But after about 3 tries, I finally took it down and retrieved the Golden Fleece, which would become invaluable throughout my playthrough.
Come on. These gotta be closed, bro. Yes! Come on. Let's go.
Giving it a spin, I took out a couple of Gorgons.
Can I do it against the... Oh! I sure can! Woo. That was cool. Okay, let's try that again. Oh! Dude, this is gonna be OP, bro!
And backtracked to claim my last Gorgon eye. A couple of minutes later, I finally opened the door to the Temple of Euryale. Inside, I faced deadly enemies and traps.
Oh, come on. Aw, dude.
But once I pushed through, I came face to face with Euryale herself.
Bro, what the heck? What is that? Oh my gosh.
This grotesque monstrosity had a stone attack, but her basic strikes were easy to parry, making the fight more manageable. This was the fight where I quickly realized parrying was going to be my best friend.
Oh, let's go.
I died once, but after learning her attack patterns, I took her down with ease and acquired the head of Euryale.
Oh, come on. Yeah, come on. Oh, let's go. Come on. Let's go, right?
This ability allowed me to freeze enemies, which would be useful in tougher encounters, especially after a few upgrades. For now though, I used it to stone and shatter 30 enemies for the Stoner trophy.
Please help me. I'm trapped.
Making my way out of the temple, I discovered my first of 3 Uber chests. These massively boost certain stats, and this one gave me a ton of red orbs. Using my parry ability, I smashed through a door in Destiny's atrium and pressed further onto the island, reaching the Hall of Atropos. My path was soon blocked by energy beams shooting from a statue's eye. Parrying didn't do much here, so I investigated a strange voice coming from above. Inside the temple, I found Perseus, who was also seeking aid from the Sisters of Fate. Mistaking me for another challenge, he initiated a fight, but he had no idea who he was messing with. Despite having this helmet that turns him invisible, we put a stop to that quickly, and this turned out to be the easiest boss fight in the game. Stripping him of his powers and abilities one by one, I made quick work of him, and this demigod was quickly slain in gruesome fashion.
Oof. Oh!
This earned me the second boss badge trophy for defeating the Barbarian King, Euryale, and Perseus.
Damn, give a button just to zoom in. Dude, that's crazy.
With his shield, I was finally able to cross the barrier, though I couldn't take his shield with me. Instead, I picked up the Spear of Destiny, which was still in that griffin I impaled earlier. A few minutes later, I reached a bridge that began to collapse, triggering a QTE sequence.
Oh, I missed it. No. Oh, bro, I pressed the button. Bro. Dude. I swear. I swear. Bruh.
I died a handful of times, mostly due to my poor timing, but this section was pretty cool. It really highlights the grand scale of everything in this game. Eventually I made it past.
God, why was that so hard?
And eventually came across Icarus. Also seeking the Sisters of Fate, he dragged us both down into Hades, but not before I ripped the wings from his back to use as my own.
The Sisters' Temple is far above, Kratos. You must get back to the surface.
So, funny story. I played God of War 3 years ago before this, and I always assumed Kratos just had wings for some reason. Seeing how he acquired them was a nice full circle moment. Anyway, Atlas blocked my way to the surface, forcing me to find another route. Shortly after landing, I found my final Phoenix Feather. The next challenge ahead was a Titan Minotaur, which was noticeably harder than the previous ones. Something about this fight just dragged on longer than it needed to. These Minotaurs only have 2 or 3 attacks max, but they hit hard, especially if you get stun locked.
Dude, oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
It took me a few tries, but just when I thought I was finished, there was another phase, where it started hurling rocks at me. It wasn't too bad once I got my timing right, but there was still one more phase. Fortunately, I had enough health left to take it down, earning yet another out-of-pocket trophy. Seriously, what the hell? Continuing my escape from Atlas, I hit a puzzle that, I'll be honest, was giving me flashbacks to the spiral from the last game. I had to climb a wall while avoiding falling rocks. One hit was an instant game over.
Oh, dude! I was right there. I was at the top.
At one point, the game bugged out and teleported me to the top.
Oh. Whoa, wait, what the? Oh, bro, I ain't completed.
Only for karma to bite me in the ass when I got stuck on a black screen, forcing a restart from my last checkpoint.
Wait, what the? Bro, what? Oh my goodness, bro.
Getting through it again, I reasoned with Atlas, who gave me more backstory on Zeus and the Great War. Once the cutscene wrapped up, I acquired my final magic ability, Atlas Quake, and made my way back to the surface. Outside, I faced a battle between Cyclopses and these little guys who could ride them. Nothing too crazy, and after wiping them out, I snagged another trophy. I entered the Auditorium of Lahkesis, where I faced the most brutal challenge so far. I needed a translator to read a book, but I also had to keep him alive while fighting waves of increasingly difficult enemies. The first time I did this, I actually made it pretty far, only to die as I became overwhelmed with hordes of enemies. From there, I got stuck in a loop of the translator dying over and over and over. I'll be honest, I was rushing, being sloppy, and getting him killed early for mistakes I easily could have avoided. But it was the second enemy group, specifically the satyrs, that gave me the most trouble. Their long combos shredded the translator's health bar.
Bro, oh my god.
I kid you not, this section took me 40 minutes.
Do not let me die!
Bruh, oh my goodness. Dude. I swear, bro. Dude, this is on my nerves.
I constantly upgraded my weapons and magic, trying to gain an edge, but it wasn't until I maxed out the head of Euryale that I stood a real chance.
Hopefully this works, man. I've been on this for like 20 minutes, bro.
Even then, it was a close call. I had to time my attacks perfectly and absolutely lock in. Finally, after way too many tries, the fight was behind me.
Oh my god. Oh, dude. Okay.
After sacrificing the translator, the temple's wings began to open. A few puzzles, enemy encounters, and one embarrassing death later, I reached the riddle of the Fire Phoenix statue. Climbing to the roof, I knocked down ice chunks to reveal beams of light. Using the Phoenix statue to melt a frozen wall, I uncovered a mirror to reflect those beams. Aligning these symbols, I positioned a reflective piece with the statue, melting the surrounding ice and rotated it, finally opening the way forward. Up next was another tough encounter against Cerberus breeders and juggernauts. What made this fight so difficult was how quickly things could spiral out of control.
Bruh, what is going on? Dude, what in the world is happening right now? Dude, there's way too much going on right now. Bruh, what is this game, bruh? What is this game? What is it? This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Just who thought this was a good idea? Who thought this was fun? Who? Bro, I literally cannot do anything right now. I'm literally getting ambushed by like 6 things right now, bro. Like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me, bro? Oh my gosh. Like, I'm literally getting attacked by 6 things at one time. This doesn't make sense. Okay, I see what's going on. These little guys are turning freaking huge, right? Hold on. Okay, I know what's happening. I'm piecing this together now. So we gotta get rid of the little guys first. So one more's just gonna spawn no matter what. So I can really make this fight. I think that's the whole point. I can make this fight as easy or as hard as I want it to be. And right now I'm trying to just finish this up, bro. So like, oh, dude, get out of there. You got the health, bro. Oh my, dude. Oh my god, right when I figured this out. Dude, oh my god. Bro. They're really not pulling any punches right now, man. Like, this is ridiculous.
Once I realized the seeds were the real priority, I focused on eliminating them before they could grow, finally making it through.
Please be it. Thank you. Oh my god, bro. That was ridiculous.
I found the second translator, who immediately yeeted himself off the building before I could even enter the auditorium. Thankfully, there was a statue of the Fates nearby, along with a mirror, letting me rewind time and catch him. But before that, I found my second Uber chest, boosting my health even further. Running things back, I grabbed the translator, sacrificed him, and the temple's wings fully opened. Getting close to the Sisters of Fate, I received a hologram from Lahkesis, telling me to find a phoenix in order to reach them. In my search, I came across a few tough encounters with Cyclopses, Gorgons, and Rangers.
Dude, come up! Bro, can you get on the freaking ladder, bro? What are you doing? Bro, I was on the platform, bro. Bro, I fucking hate these things so bad. Oh, come on. Bro, dude, they changed up the button, dude. Bro, can you quit changing up the button? No, dude, can you leave me alone?
With them out of the way, I found my third and final Uber chest, maxing out my magic.
This should be the last collectible in the game. Yep, that's it.
At the Phoenix Chamber, I hit a fire puzzle that took me way longer than it should have.
Whoa, what the... Dude, what was that? Oh wait, what? Oh.
I had to move a statue into the room with me, not just to block the fire, but also to reach the Phoenix Ashes pot.
There we go. Dude.
With the ashes in the lava, the Phoenix rose, and back on the surface, I blew a horn to reawaken it. Raising platforms to reach the Phoenix, I was hit with a surprise boss fight. The fight was pretty easy, but I was in shock when I discovered who I was fighting. It was a Spartan, one of my own, who had been loyal to me since the beginning. We learned that Zeus was responsible for Sparta's downfall, fueling his rage and desire to find the Fates. Kratos lashed out as we're thrown into the real boss fight.
It's me, coward! I am through doing the bidding of the gods! Come down here and face me now, Zeus!
The Kraken fight started weird as we don't actually fight at first. Kratos continued to curse Zeus's name until the Kraken grabbed me, triggering a cutscene. We got a vision of Sparta and some encouraging words from Gaia, who disguised herself as Kratos' wife. This unlocked an upgrade to my rage ability, but even then, I was struggling to figure out this fight. At first, I kept attacking its weak points, particularly on the left side, but I wasn't sure how to progress. After an early death, I noticed the camera panning to the soldier, and everything clicked. Attacking that weak spot, I set the soldier down on the pressure plate, allowing me to attack this weak spot on its head. The Kraken eventually lashed out, which is when I could cut off its tentacles. After dealing enough damage, this left the Kraken hanging in place, which was my cue to activate the bridge.
Dude. That's crazy. That's a crazy kill, dude.
Kratos defeated the Kraken in brutal fashion, and now with the Phoenix within reach, I was finally on my way to reach the Temple of the Fates. Finally reaching the sisters, I had to challenge them for the power I sought after. Little did I know just how tough this battle would be. This was, without a doubt, the most challenging boss fight in the game for me, but also one of the best. Maybe even one of the best in the series. As I write and record this, I'm still thinking about it. This series of boss fights starts with Lahkesis, and what's wild is that, mechanically, her fight is pretty straightforward. She only has a handful of attacks, mostly ranged with one melee strike in her first phase, but a few things made this fight stand out. First, this is what the entire game had been leading up to, and it did not disappoint. Lahkesis was a strong, worthy opponent that made the battle feel earned. Next was the music. Despite being the same track from the Colossus of Rhodes fight, to me, it fits this moment much better. The way it builds throughout the fight adds so much intensity. It's easily one of my favorite tracks in the series. Finally, this fight forced me to adapt. Most of the time, I bulldozed through enemies, relying on brute force to drain their health as quickly as possible. However, that was not an option here. Sure, I managed to reach her second phase a few times by spamming attacks, but it was never consistent. This fight demanded precision. Parrying was key to victory. Once I figured that out, my frustration turned into satisfaction as I started nailing my parries, slowly chipping away at Lahkesis. This fight was the longest in the game for me, taking close to an hour. But once I learned her attack patterns and got my parry timing down, she was defeated after an intense, rewarding fight. Immediately after, I had to fight the second sister, Atropos, who pulled me back in time to the final battle from the first game.
We control your destiny.
Dude, what?
Standing on the very sword that delivered my victory against Ares, I had to stop her from destroying it, because if she succeeded, I would be erased from existence before God of War 2 even happened. Compared to Lahkesis, this fight wasn't too bad. Atropos threw plenty of grunts at me, but they were easy to clear out, letting me focus on her. This was probably the only boss fight where I leaned heavily on ranged attacks, but it still felt incredible.
At least that fight wasn't too bad.
However, the fight wasn't over yet. Now I had to face both Lahkesis and Atropos at the same time.
Dude, again? Dude, there's no way. There's no way.
To my surprise, this wasn't as bad once I figured out my strategy, focusing on Lahkesis while dodging her sister's projectiles. Once I took Lahkesis down though, I hit a bit of a snag. A green aura surrounded her, and for a while, I had no clue what to do. After some trial and error, and looking up a video, I realized I had to slow time and smash the mirrors to trap Atropos.
Dude, I would not have figured it out if I had not watched the video, bro. Like, dude, this never occurred to me at all, bruh. Like, that's insane. I did not know I could do this.
Repeating this process, I finally sent them both into the last mirror, shattering it to defeat them once and for all.
Oh, jeez, that took a while. You can bet my butt we're saving this.
Before I could reach the final sister, Clotho, I had to overcome the game's biggest hurdle, the Loom chamber. This was, without a doubt, the hardest section of the game. Barriers popped up frequently, forcing me to defeat waves of enemies before moving forward. And the game did not hold back. Juggernauts, Gorgons, Sirens, Satyrs, everything was thrown at me. This was the ultimate test of everything I had learned so far, and I was struggling hard. For the next hour, I was trapped in a cycle of fighting my way through waves of enemies, only to meet an unfortunate end.
Dude, I am struggling, bro. Please. Like, I'm spamming the same attacks, bro. I'm just spamming them. I just need something. I need more. Okay. What's next, dude? I am like, oh, dude, come on. Okay. I am like locked in. Dude, I just need help. It's right there. Oh my god, please. Get. No! I was getting the orbs! Like, bro, I was right there. I was grabbing them. No, I don't want to switch to easy. Alright, man. I did it before. We just gotta lock in. This slam attack was actually coming in handy. I'm just gonna keep doing. I'm gonna roll with it. How much do I need to upgrade because if I 10,000, if I can get 10,000 here, I'm gonna upgrade it. Cause yeah, this is coming in clutch right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna go sicko mode here. Alright, that's 2. Going to try and get rid of this guy. What is happening here? Bro, what did I just do? I don't know what just happened. But yeah, dude, I'm just going sicko mode right now. Okay. Those are the big guys. Take care of these guys. Going to hit him with slam attack. I don't even know what this is called for real. But I'm good on health, so we're just going to go for the magic on this one. Finally, I'm good on health for once. Yeah, dude, I just gotta lock it in. Ah, shoot. Bet. Ah, dude, how did I not do anything? Fuck on, good, fuck up. No! Fuck. Okay. Alright, go in sicko mode. Oh, we've got both. Bet. Alright, come here, you. Do it again to you too, bro. Dude, I have no idea what this is. Like, what is that? Alright, get that magic. Alright. I gotta just try and nail the parries when they do the thing. Ah, dude, come on. Keep changing up the button. Why can't it just be square? There we go. Dude, can they change the button? Yeah, come on. I got you. No, what? I turned the stick. All the way. Alright, this is the last one. What? Dude. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Come on. Okay. Dude, I spinning the stick. What are you talking about? Dude, I am turning the freaking stick, bro. Bro, come on, please. One time. There we go, finally. Damn. Okay, get that magic. Who was it again? It was like the Minotaurs and stuff. Yeah, dude, I'm just gonna spam this again. That did pretty good. I was able to get that health back too, so we're gonna just keep doing that. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah. All right, dude. Let's finish this. Oh, I forgot about this. All right, one more. I'm hoping this is it. Try and get some of that magic too. No one. Ah, shoot! I forgot about these guys. Dang it. All right, let's try and get rid of the grunts. Oh, damn! Ooh, these guys are on my ass, bro. You know what, forget the eyes. I don't need them right now. Let's just get these kills. So we can get the fuck out of here. Actually, fuck, I'm gonna get the eye. I can't get the eyes on this guys. Never mind. I don't know why I just did that. Shoot, hopefully I get some health, maybe. Yeah. Oh my god. Dude, I'm not doing this. I'm not getting this. Dude, oh my god. This is insane. This is just absolutely freaking ridiculous, dude.
But slowly, I started to figure things out. My fingers were working to the bone, and my patience was wearing thin after countless attempts. But I kept pushing. Every death was a chance to learn, adapt, and refine my approach. Once I mastered my magic attacks, optimized my weapon choices, and nailed my combos, I was making a move.
I've been doing this for 30 minutes, bro. I think. Something like that. I don't know. Dude, I probably could have upgraded this attack last time. I need to pay attention this time. Okay, come on. Get this mermaid. Why do I keep calling mermaids? I don't know. I'm probably getting that siren. Go get. Oh, no, press the wrong. Fuck. Press on button. It's fine. We got the other chance. Okay. Where's the head? Actually, dang. No, cause hold on. Before we do that, let me upgrade this. Destructive Earth. We're gonna see how this performs, bro. Oh, that's the. Ah, shoot. That was the wrong button. Okay. Dude, you know what? Okay. Hold on, we gotta go straight for that magic. Move! Get it. Get the magic! Bro, oh my god! I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm right here too, man. Dang it. I want to upgrade it. I should have not done that. I needed to save the freaking Gorgon thing, man. Oh snap, dude. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, bro. Might be onto something with this. This Gorgon, the Gorgon, bro. Hold on. We might be onto something, bro. If I can just land my hits. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we're cooking, bro. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. That's the attack, dude. That's it. Bro. We were on a roll, bruh. Okay. Get health first. Sure, I should have got magic actually. It's fine. Oh, we got it. Pull it. Epic pull, bro. I can't get out of this. Oh, we got him. Let's do it again. Dude, oh my god. Finally, I think we got it. Dude, where are these guys coming from? Yeah, we may as well just do it again. Oh, watch how they just drop something else, dude. Oh my god. Bro, I can't, dude. Where are these guys coming from? I swear, if there's another one that pops out, bro, it's gonna be ridiculous. Okay. We're good. That there should be a trophy here. Okay, dude, finally. Oh my god. I have been here for an hour, bro.
Inside the chamber, I had to ascend while dodging Clotho's many hands. There were some interesting sights along the way.
Bro, what am I looking at?
But my focus was on the battle ahead. Pinning down her hands, I finally faced the last sister.
Alright, dude, I don't think I'm gonna make it this long, cause I'm low, bro. Dude, I swear, this is, oh my gosh. Dude, I'm literally, like, dude, I'm so ill-equipped for this fight.
Compared to what I had just endured, this fight was a breeze. I avoided her swinging arm attacks and rotated the poles to lift a massive blade, which I used to finish her off.
Ooh.
Defeating Clotho unlocked the final boss badge trophy for defeating the Kraken and the three sisters, bringing me one step closer to my goal.
Talk about brutal way to go, dude. But finally, all the sisters, bro, they're all gone. Oh goodness, talk about pain in the ass, man.
With the power of the fates, I rewound time to the moment of my death, ready to set things right.
No matter. What? How can this be? The Sisters of Fate have aided you. Unexpected. The Sisters are dead.
The final showdown with Zeus wasn't too bad, which honestly was a relief after everything I had just gone through. Sirens stood in my way, but they were necessary to deliver real damage to Zeus, or more specifically, his hand. The battle itself was great, but the QTE sequence afterward gave me trouble.
Oh, dang it, I pressed the wrong button. Okay. Yeah, that was my bad.
You only get one shot, Mess up and you have to sit through the loading screen before trying again. For some reason, I kept mistiming button presses or hitting the wrong one entirely.
Bro, I pressed triangle. Are you serious right now? I pressed the button.
Even when I thought I had it, I completely blanked on mashing the circle button at the end.
Oh, dude, no. Bro, now you want to hit me with the freaking circle spam button? Oh my god.
But finally, on the next attempt, I got it.
You cannot do this, Kratos!
You dare stand against me, Athena?
I do not wish to fight you, Kratos, but I will defend Olympus!
Zeus was beaten, or so it seemed. As I moved in for the killing blow, Athena intervened, and instead of Zeus, my blade struck her. As the life was beginning to leave her body, she revealed a truth that had only been hinted at throughout the game.
A fear that wrought the Great War, a fear that drove Zeus to kill you. His own son.
His son?
Just as Zeus was compelled to destroy his father, Kronos. You are compelled to do the same. No son should destroy his own father.
This revelation deepened the cycle of violence and added even more weight to their conflict. But it didn't stop Kratos. It only fueled his rage further. With the power to control time, Kratos rewound even further back to the Great War, rallying the Titans and bringing them to the present to face Zeus. As they ascended Mount Olympus, God of War 2 came to a close.
Zeus, your son has returned! I bring the destruction of Olympus!
Bro, talk about a perfect ending. Like, that ending was like so good, bro. So here's the thing, like, this is my first time playing this. I kind of had an idea of what happened, but I just never saw the story all the way through. And so seeing the way that it literally leads into God of War 3, that was dope, dude. Because I played through the intro of God of War 3 so many times, but actually seeing the build up to that scene, that was awesome, dude. Like, right now, even though I know how God of War 3 plays out because I played that one, I'm actually really excited to play it again. Because yeah, this was an amazing sequel. I will go ahead and just say that this was amazing, dude. I had a good time despite playing on hard and getting my butt kicked. Corey Barlock, awesome. Getting my butt kicked so many times. This was fun. I had a fun time.
With God of War story complete, I had just 5 trophies left in God of War 2. The challenge of the Titans awaited, where I would take care of most of them. Before diving in, I used the first challenge to farm 20 eyes for the Eyesore trophy. The challenge itself was simple: rip out a Cyclops' eye before time ran out. However, I had only ripped out 3 eyes during the story, so I had a bit of a grind ahead. Spamming Atlas Quake to trigger the QTE, I knocked this out in about 15 minutes. Now to get into the challenge of the Titans, which was a doozy, but that was to be expected. The good thing is that these challenges did not have to be completed in one sitting, since you could save after each one. Still, I stubbornly wanted to knock them all out in a single go, even if it meant sacrificing some sleep. There were only 7 challenges, but this took me way longer than the 10 from the first game. Some were easy to power through, while others had me stuck for a long time. These challenges also come with bonus objectives that can be completed, but I mostly ignored these for the sake of completing the challenges. Getting into them proper, the second challenge wasn't too bad. I had to get 10 air kills before the time ran out. It took a couple of tries to get the hang of, but spamming Apollo's Ascension and Cyclone of Chaos got the job done. Challenge 3 required me to stone shatter 25 enemies before time ran out. Since I had no magic, I had to rely on the Gorgon's attacks, followed by perfect parries to freeze and shatter enemies. Another easy one, and I even cleared the bonus objective for shattering 35 enemies within the time limit. Challenge 4 though was where things got rough. I had to defend the translator from being killed, a simple objective, but one that became harder the longer the fight dragged on. The translator had to stay within a circle, and if I wasn't paying attention, his health would slowly drain. There was a statue of fate to slow down time, though I didn't fully utilize it until later attempts. The Blade of Olympus was my best weapon here, as its special moves handled the game's tougher enemies with some ease. Managing my magic was also key, since opportunities to regain it were limited. This was a pure endurance test, as the waves just wouldn't stop coming. I wish I was exaggerating, but this single challenge took me 45 minutes to complete.
Oh my god, dude. Dude, why are you being such an idiot right now? Just freeze the stat, dude. What is the freaking issue right now? Bro, I just don't why is it not freezing all of them, bro? Okay. This is, dude, this is frustrating, I'm not even gonna lie. Yep, he's not making it. Dude, this challenge sucks, bro, like, oh, God. Dude, oh, that wasn't even the one I was aiming for, bro, like, this is so stupid. No! Dude, stop the time! Oh my god! Dude, literally, that is not even the guy I'm aiming at. I don't understand how this works, bro. Dude, freak, what are you doing? Oh my goodness, bro. Like, what are you, like, you're just standing like an idiot. Freaking finally, dude. Now you get all of them. What else is there? What else? Dude, do not die on me. Thank God, dude. Oh my goodness. That was ridiculous, dude. That was so stupid.
Challenge 5 was incredibly easy. I just had to collect 500 orbs before time ran out. After upgrading the Blade of Olympus, I gained a special attack called Divine Sacrifice that drained red orbs from enemies. With this, I racked up 500 orbs in seconds, making the remaining 2.5 minutes a breeze.
Dude, I just did this for like 2 minutes. I mean, it's working. Okay, that one, compared to the last one, that one was not too bad. That's exactly what I needed. Something I could finish in like the first try.
But Challenge 6 brought me right back into endurance mode. I had to kill all enemies while my health slowly drained. This one dragged on simply because of the sheer number of enemies. Minotaurs occasionally spawned, which was a good way to regain health and magic, but it was still a grind. The game threw every tough enemy at me, and by this point, I was getting a little pissed.
Bro, are you serious right now? Do I have enough? Dude, I don't even know, to be honest. Dude, what? Dog, are you serious right now? Oh my god. I'm dead, bro. Like, how long is this gonna go on?
It was late, I was over it, but with only 2 challenges left, I pushed through. Just like the Loom Chamber, each death became an opportunity to learn and adapt. The bonus objective was to avoid using rage, but at some point, I just said F it, I wasn't trying to impress anyone. It was a real pain taking another 30 to 40 minutes to clear, but once it was done, only 1 challenge remained.
Oh my god, dude. Let's go, man. God, I don't know how long that took me. Goodness. Saving that, bro. I ain't doing that again. I ain't doing that again. Shoot.
The final challenge required me to defeat all enemies without getting hit. This one didn't take too long, but I looked up a quick method to speed things up. I ran behind the Titan Minotaur and used my rage ability to take it down fast. It wasn't a perfect solution, but it was my best bet. After a few tries, I nailed the strategy, spamming magic on the remaining enemies to finally complete the challenge. After 2 grueling hours, this behemoth of a task was finally complete.
Dude, thank the Lord, bro. Oh my god, dude, that took forever.
With the hardest part out of the way, I just had a couple of loose ends to tie up in the Arena of Fates. Here I could tweak the arena settings, enemy types, and various buffs and debuffs, making the custom challenge as easy or difficult as I wanted. With the urns I unlocked, I could also apply buffs to Kratos. Only 2 were required for a trophy, so I turned on all the modifiers for infinite health, magic, and rage. The last thing I needed was to max out all my weapons and magic. I only had the spear and Typhon's Bane left to upgrade, though I could also level up the Blade of Olympus, but it wasn't required for the trophy. Another urn increased red orbs gained by 10, so once I activated it, I racked up orbs at a ridiculous pace, upgrading everything in no time for the trophy and the platinum. What a journey God of War 2 has been. Like I said at the beginning, this was the only God of War game I hadn't played before, and I couldn't have asked for a better experience. This is the perfect example of an incredible sequel, building upon the foundation of the first game and expanding upon it in every way to create one of the best entries in the series. While the story to me wasn't quite as strong as the first game, the sheer scale of everything created an unforgettable journey from start to finish. Time travel is always tricky to handle, and while it left some lingering questions, and maybe a few plot holes, the experience was so phenomenal that I frankly didn't mind. Of course, the biggest highlight is the gameplay. From the first moment I controlled Kratos, I could feel how much smoother everything was. Every skill learned along the way came together to create a well-rounded arsenal, letting me tear through enemies in satisfying ways. Playing on hard only elevated the experience, forcing me to approach combat differently. I'll always praise the Lahkesis boss fight, not just for its spectacle, but for how it made me slow down and play strategically. It's rare for a higher difficulty to transform the experience so much, and moments like that stick with me the longest. God of War 2 was a special experience, and I can't wait to see what's in store when I take on God of War 3. With 2 God of War games platinumed, this brings the total trophy count to 71. In the next video, we're actually taking a step into the past with God of War Chains of Olympus. I had a bit of experience with it back in my PSP days, but revisiting it on the God of War Origins collection for PS3 gave me a whole new appreciation for how far the series had come, even on a handheld. It is a shorter journey, but one that still packs a punch. See you guys there.